What's going on, people? This is Influence back with another video. This is X-Transbots Crackup, which is their Stunticon release that they're Stunticons that they're coming out with. And this is the first one. Just show a little box. Got a little bit of box art. Here's the figure. I'm actually gonna transform it to a car and then transform it from the car. I just wanted to jump in and just give a little bit of first thoughts. It's an okay figure. I mean, it's definitely priced right. If you know, take it how you want it. It comes with this gun, which pretty no frills, to say the least. The whole thing is pretty no frills. I mean, the packaging is pretty. You see how small it is. It can fit in the frame like that. Is just enough to fit him in the box and his little bit of accessories. Comes with a card, of course, and the smallest directions ever in life. Here they go. Here's the card. So you see how small the directions are next to the card. The card's okay. I'm not tremendously into cards, but it's fine. More the merrier stuff. Like I was saying, it's definitely the money. But what the money is definitely that. You're not getting no more than what it costs. And with that being said, I don't think it's a bad figure, especially for the price. You can't really get a masterpiece figure for this particular price point. And let's talk about the color, which is, I was about to say elephant in the room, which is cliche for one, but for two, it's not really elephant in the room because everybody knows this. This is probably the color that the G1 toy was. And actually, I don't mind this color. It's more like a cream color. You see it compared to this white. This is like a white, which I think DX9's offering will be this white, or if not, it will be a lot whiter than this. Some of my complaints off the bat was some of the plastics don't feel good. Now, this is my first X-Transbots purchase, so I know they have some QC issues and some other things. I didn't really see any QC issues I'm not sure of. You know, so the QC issues, like there may be little things here and there, I don't know. Like this little bit of paint right here is rubbing off. I don't know if you can see that. But that's not a QC issue, that's more so of paint on, I think this is die cast. Or maybe not, maybe I'm wrong. I know this is die cast, so I'm expecting this paint to, well, I'm not expecting it, but if it rubs off, it's easier to rub off on die cast, we all know, so. But this plastic definitely feels cheaper than some of the figures I've owned, or I own. Did I say own or owned? I don't know, but some of the figures I have, they're definitely cheaper. Does have rubber tires, which is okay. I don't care either way, personally. And that's another thing. My reviews, just so you guys can get a little barometer, I'm not a super picky person. Granted, I want it to work and do what it's supposed to do if I pay money for it. That's one. Two, if value for me, it's just determined by how much I like it. If I pay a certain price and I like it and I'm not a picky person as far as the aesthetics and things of that nature, I'm fine with it. Somebody else might be like, oh, that's too much money for that BS or whatever. Or they might remember the character differently than me. So I'm okay with this. But this is so cheap that I can go in on the other set as well, I believe. On DX9 set, which is a lot more pricier. But if I don't like this set, I think I'm definitely getting the first one. Just to compare the two. So we'll see what DX9 comes with. I'm concerned because I haven't had an X-Transbots figure before. So I'm concerned with what to expect in the combine mode. So I don't know. Let's get with the accessories. Oh, he also comes with a screwdriver. I think, I didn't really read, but I'm assuming it's to change his face because he comes with another face that looks almost the same as the face that's on. Now, I don't know what that is about. So yeah, I don't know if you can see that. But personally, I'm not sure what the difference is. I don't know if it's just a better face. It looks like maybe his cheekbones are a little defined in this face. It's a little more human, maybe. I don't know. It's not that much of a difference. You got his gun, of course. I already showed that off. He can hold his gun. Let me see. Hold his gun. It does take a couple. Oh, he held it. Okay, I'm a liar. He held it. You got to put it all the way in the back. Anybody that's in the Masterpiece, they know the different figures. Some of them are like that. But it's not going anywhere. And you see it's held tight. I don't know if I've seen some test shots where it fell out. But it's held tight. Let me go into some of his articulation. His shoulders, it destroys the sharp. It destroys the sculpt somewhat, but you can lift up. I don't know if I'm doing that wrong. I think when we get there, these things that move up, they actually slot down 180, but they have this that comes and it goes over top of this arm to keep the arm in place. It's pretty tight there, but if you can see without it, that's why that arm was going up like that. So you put that there. I didn't do it as good as I could. I just want to show the articulation. So as I was saying, with that all the way down, he still has the shoulder, but it doesn't destroy it as much up in here. So he has his shoulder, has a double jointed elbow, looks like. Not bad. The sculpt moves all the way around. Now this definitely goes down more. It goes down better. I'm just rushing through this part. Yeah, both sides. Both sides he goes around. Has a waist swivel, but the backpack is hindering it a little bit. Well, not a little bit, but I'm thinking you can get what you want, almost what you want. Some people might want it a little bit more, so I don't know. But he has an ab crunch. That's cool. And goes out all the way. And he has these skirts you can get out the way. And I'm glad they didn't connect them, because I hate when companies do that. So it goes almost all the way out. Backpack gets in the way a little bit. Then you got more than 90 degrees. But like I said, the backpack kibble in this, I'm not sure. I thought this tire went in farther. I could be doing something wrong. I don't know, but maybe not. His toes, he does have a down. That's more for transformation, but it's a toe down. You can do it, and he has the rocker. Nothing really up. So thighs up here built in. Knee, he does not have a knee swivel, but he has a thigh swivel, so I think that's good enough. I think you can get a pole still. He does have ratchets going out, but not forward and backwards, but they feel like tight joints. He does suffer from the A stance type because the ratchet's going out. That's the first click. So, well, actually, this is the first click, which is straight up and down. I mean, that's where it starts. And then the first click out is here. But you can get, like, in between. Maybe not. I thought you could. I think you can cheat. See, you can get it, like, in between the first click and the second click. So, you can kind of rest it there. I don't know if it will come out over time. But his head doesn't have much up. He looks down. He does spin around, of course. I don't know what kind of joint it is on, but and he has a little backpack action going on. This I was really unsure of. The directions, like I said, directions are tiny. Let me show you this. Yeah, these directions are small. It would help if it was right side up. But actually, these directions are pretty good, to tell you the truth, once you can read them. So here's the vehicle. I think the vehicle is pretty good. Like I said, the color doesn't bother me personally. I know a lot of people it does bother. I don't know if you can tell. It's like a off-white. One thing that does bother me is this. It's a hole. I wish they would have put a spring cover, but I guess that's the money saving again. But you can put the weapon in there, and that's why that hole is there. Which I rather. It's cool that they can have, and you know it's a thing. But I would rather if they didn't put that there at all. If they had to leave a big hole, because I'm never gonna have a gun on a car. I just find it stupid, personally. But to each his own. But so I get into transformation. Right here, these. First thing you want to do is just to get it started, especially so you don't forget, is pull these things out. Now I just happen to have nails because my nails grow like weeds, and I haven't cut them yet. So that's why I said I could get in here without nails, but that thing is a little. I probably would need a tool if I didn't have nails. Now this back here, you want to unplug this, and had to use a screwdriver, but it's not on well. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. It just like sits in them holes. It's not plugged in those holes where it's really, really tight. So you just pull this off. Now this is where the directions were failing me. I thought it was like a piece that popped out, but this whole back piece, you want to pop out this back piece as well as you can. That's why I don't transform on camera, because it's hard. I just pull this whole piece just pops open. But you want to make sure that you're not breaking anything. Like I just stuck my nail in there and basically pulled it out. Okay, it's not. There we go. So you want to get this whole thing up, just to get it out the way. Then you can start to see the legs. You can see the skirt and the fist. So you can start to see what's going on. You want to get these out the way. Just pull them down. Now this is another complaint I have. This plastic feels, and it has some swirls in it too. It feels cheap plastic. And this is very tight. There's a couple tight spots, and you just have to deal with it. But it felt like it was gonna break the first time I did it. but it is what it is. This you gotta get out the way a little bit. I heard that X-Transbots does that often, like clearance issues, but I don't know, and it's not that bad of a clearance issue. You just get these down. I usually get this out the way a little bit, just because you don't have to bring it down yet. Now when you get this down, this right here is a slider, and I heard they do that often as well. So you wanna, once you get it all the way down, it'll slide over into that. There's like a little groove, so you want to slide it over. Now the legs are starting to form. This is another thing you have to get. I don't know if you can see that. Get those feet out the way so you can fold up this window, and the window is kind of tight. It's not too tight right now. It was tight the first time and it felt crazy. Felt like I was gonna break it. So then you want to fold it up. You want to make sure this pin doesn't slide down yet, because you can only fold this up when this is up here. Sometimes it'll slide down like that, but it's gotta be up here because there's a little nub that blocks it, and it's only an opening when it's kept up in like the car position. So once you slide it, and then once you slide down, that's how it locks into place. That little nub, it can't go past that nub now. So then when you transform it back, you have to be careful. Oh, you can't see that. You have to be careful, because see, it's locked, and if you force it, it's either gonna break that or break this. Get the thing, get the feet and the heel spur out. Bring these down. These go this way to fill in the little gap right here, but you can do that later. Okay, so get that down, then fill in that gap with the and see that's a part. Doesn't peg in anywhere. It just covers that. So do the same with this one. This is going to end up being the outside of the legs, because then you got to spin these legs around like this at the thigh, so then you can get the proper. And there's the legs. Awkward. Now you can spin that around. Raise the camera up a little bit. So we can get the arms going on. So this, you just wanna, it's just pegged in right here in the front. So those two little pegs, watch out with that. Those pegs are little, so I just get all this back. You can keep these out too, because you can't fold them in until at the end, so it doesn't make sense to have them folded or whatever. So because then you might bump into stuff, or what, when you're transforming, you might break it. So don't want to do that. Then you can get the arms out. Get these arms out like that. Now this right here, these arms, this is very tight, and this plastic does not feel good. You want to pull this arm out so it's all the way, and then you fold this over. Now the first time I did that, it was super tight. Right now, this one's still super tight. Like that's right on each other. There's no gaps. So when you're folding it over, that doesn't feel good at all. That could easily break. Just plop this down, and that reveals the head. Have this, you can always do that. Then you can get these parts I showed earlier. Just the little clips, and I'll clip them in. I'll try to clip them in good this time, just so I can see. You can keep it like this. Get these down here, Then let me try to clip them in how they're supposed to be clipped in. Yeah, they're going to be a pain to get out. I can see. Maybe. Yeah, they may. No, it may be okay. You can reach in there. I don't know if you can see. Then this whole body piece slides down, and that like kind of locks it together. Then you gotta work on the backpack. It's 2 panels. Pull those panels out. Put this. Well, you can do this. And this you might want to just. You might be used to just folding it, but it does come out a little bit. If you pull it out, then it folds easier. Then you're not rubbing. Then this peg right here holds the head. It goes on a peg. I mean, this peg hole goes on a peg right here. So you can put this in. This is all. I don't think this actually goes anywhere. It looks like it clips on somewhere. I don't know if it does or not. I might be doing it wrong, but as far as I know, it doesn't. It's just to fill in the body a little bit more, a little bit better. So this right here could be an issue. His head doesn't move. I guess maybe. Oh yeah, you can't do it now. See, so maybe if I wait, if you waited to do these, I'm not gonna do it. I'm just gonna put it in. Maybe you can just slide it down, but as of now, this neck doesn't move, so that peg is small and could break. But to tell the truth, I don't think it's gonna make much difference because the head area, the piece that the head is on, the neck, doesn't move anyway, so whatever. And then you just tidy up the backpack. Put this down like this. These things go in here. You can turn this so it's facing the proper direction. Then you can, and I don't, that's a kind of a complaint. I don't think these fit anywhere really. They just sit there. But it does tidy up the backpack pretty well, besides this big piece. But that's how he looked. So then you get it cleaned up. So do I recommend this guy? I do recommend this guy. For the price you can get, you could buy a Hasbro leader, maybe. I mean, for $40, you can get a Voyager, maybe a little bit less, but for the price, you can't beat this as a masterpiece representation. You can't. I don't know where you're gonna beat it. Another complaint, I should say, and I sound like I got a lot of complaints. Not really. It's going to be up to your personal preference, like how you feel a masterpiece figure should be. Yes, the plastics aren't great. They do feel a little cheap, some of them, but it feels fine to me. Paint is a big thing. I guess they couldn't paint it. I mean, this is painted, this is painted, but they could have accents. The legs aren't. They're pretty plain. I don't know if that's how. I guess G1, they were pretty plain. I don't know. Maybe I'll put up a G1 representation just to see. G1 toy and a G1 cartoon. But all in all, I think it's a great purchase, and I'm happy with it. Like I said, I'm going to get the DX9s just to compare and see. I'm sure it'll probably be better quality because of the price. I just can't see, but I don't know if it's going to be as far away from each other as the price. I mean, because DX9s is $99, I think, and is it worth another $60 or $50? I don't know. Guess that's up to you. And it's of the combine mode. I don't know how the combine mode is going to look. That's what it's going to come down to, because I'm going to have them in combine mode. And maybe if I buy both sets, I'll just have one combined, one as robot. Because the Stunticons I do like. Alright, so this is Influence. This video is still long, so I don't know, I'm probably gonna try to cut it down. But I thank you for watching, especially if you made it this far. Alright, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.
Hip hop, I feel I gotta say, who am I? You might say influence, and I spit better than most in this game.